This week on Coffin Fodder, Dracula's back, baby, as we sit down to talk about Robert Eggers' brutal retelling of the classic vampire story, Nosferatu.
I am the devil, and I am here to do the devil's work.
I like to dissect girls.
This is God.
We have such sights to show you.
Look at me, Damien. It's all for you.
When there's no more room in hell, the dead will walk here.
I see dead red.
Even in hell. Oh, yes. Oh, no tears, please.
They're here.
Here's Johnny.
Hello and welcome to episode 53 of Coffin Fodder. I am your host, Mike Warby, and I am joined by the man that laughs like a maniac while he's burning the dead, Mr. Kyle Mickleborough.
That's me.
And the guy who's definitely gonna die in the graveyard, if you know what I mean. Mr. Brady Silger. Hello. And anyway, we are here to talk about our latest mystery hat pick, the 2024 remake of Nosferatu with Bill Skarsgård and Lily Rose Depp, and we got a whole
Willem Dafoe.
We had a whole, before he started acting like a jerk, he was Willem Dafoe.
No, he's not. No, he's not. Neither are you.
Hey, yo. I'm here all week, folks, for some reason. It's too bad. Sorry, that's why no one ever comes here.
Wish you weren't. I was saying to Kyle on the ride over that I didn't look at the cast or anything before going into this, and I didn't realize Bill Skarsgård was in the movie.
Oh, have you not seen this before?
No, your brother told me to watch it, and I watched it.
Yeah, that's why he picked this because it was open to any version, but that's why I picked it.
I picked it because I've seen the original and the remake from 2000.
And I think we'll be talking about 1979 was the remake.
Was it 79?
Yeah, it's a Werner Herzog joint, actually, if you guys are familiar with Herzog.
No, I'm not.
He's one of those big art house director guys. He's a German director.
Oh, okay.
Made a lot of great movies.
Interesting.
What are some of his big ones that you guys might have seen? Rescue Dawn with Christian Bale. He's got some big ones. Do you guys ever see that documentary Grizzly Man about the guy who gets eaten by the bears in the woods?
No.
Okay, well, whatever. Doesn't matter. Anyway, he's got a storied history of making movies. He's been making them since about the 70s. Yeah, since about the 70s, and he's still going today. Yeah,
That's awesome.
Anyway, it made better.
Yeah,
But-
but Brady, if you don't know that's Bill Skarsgård, you can't tell it's
No,
incredible.
he's a creature of the night. You can't even.
It's amazing.
And because you don't get a good look at him, but even like later on when you do get,
You couldn't tell.
you still can't tell it was Skarsgård.
And his voice is so messed up. The dude's amazing with his voice. I guess he worked with an opera coach to drop his voice one whole octave lower to get the Count's voice going.
Is he speaking in German most of the movie as well?
I think it's Romanian.
Okay, so he is. So my memory is correct. He is speaking a different language most of the movie.
Yes.
Because when Nicholas Holt goes to collect the Count from his castle to move to Wingard,
I don't remember the names.
somewhere in Germany.
Yeah.
It's Wing something in Germany. Winberg. It's Winberg.
Whichever.
Uh,
You tell me.
he stops in the little village in Romania, and all the impolitically correct word that I'm not going to say out loud that we can't say anymore.
We had this issue come up in Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Trying to remember that's what
The word we want to use is Romani.
Yeah, the Romani people.
that's the word we want to use.
Yeah,
You don't tell me what word I want to use.
the other one rhymes with tipsy, and in some circles is considered a racial slur.
Lipsy.
Yes.
The Count's castle is actually a real Romanian castle located in Transylvania.
Nice.
You know that? I do.
Nerd. Yeah, so this is the thing about this movie is there's been so many versions of Dracula,
So many.
and also there's 3 versions of Nosferatu.
Yeah.
And 90% of the time they share most of the same plot points.
Because they're all pulled from the same place.
Yeah. So
They're pulled from Bram Stoker's.
if there's ever been a reason to play fast and loose, like if you've seen any version of Dracula,
Yeah.
As with the exception of Dracula 2000 or something.
Except for the Dawn ones, but like we've done Bram Stoker's Dracula on this show. It was our first episode.
Yeah.
It's you could take Bram Stoker's Dracula with Anthony Hopkins and our buddy Keanu and put this side by side to it, and it's like a
They're almost the same.
almost overlay it. Yeah.
What some of the changes that Eggers makes in this, because he wrote it as well. Some of the changes he makes, I think, are really interesting. Yeah, cool. Particularly the scene where the family gets massacred toward the end of the movie.
There's some really cool stuff.
Like that's a fucking awesome scene, and that was not part of the original. Origin. That's not been a part of any of the versions I've seen.
No, I was going to say, we've talked about gutless movies before. This is not one. Eggers has guts. He's not worried about it.
This is the opposite of a gutless movie. This is a nasty movie, and most of the characters are dead on this.
Yeah. And in wonderful vicious ways.
Nasty, unscrupulous.
Ooh, you could say that. Villainous even.
Right. So I mean, this movie follows the standard Dracula plot. It has it starts with not John Harker in this case. In this case, he's known as Thomas Hutter.
Right.
But he's
a character.
Thomas Hutter is John Harker. Yeah. He's the guy. He gets hired by he's a real estate agent of some kind. And he gets hired, or a lawyer. I don't know how shit really worked, but then
yeah, I couldn't quite make out if it was a banker or what.
I thought he was a bank.
I think it was a bank.
Yeah,
it's hard to tell because I don't really know how finances worked in the late 1800s.
How they work nowadays.
He's so better.
A little bit.
I know how they work better. Not to say that they work better, but anyway, so he's sent by his boss, who is the Renfield of this movie.
Yes.
To go to Count Dracula, and again, Count Dracula stand and Count Orlok.
Yeah.
He wants, in the original version of the story, Dracula is coming from Romania, and he wants to buy real estate in England. In this case, he's buying in Germany.
Which, that would make more sense, wouldn't it? From where
Well, it's just where the story is set, right?
Yeah.
In Bram Stoker's original, he's setting it in London, presumably because he knows London fairly well, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry to jump ahead, Mike and Kyle.
Apologies.
So, the movie with the meter, the one that just came out, I can't remember what it's called.
Voyager.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's a great movie.
Was that supposed to be the same?
No, that is a
chapter. It is a chapter from Dracula.
Yeah, yes. Specifically set during the moment where Dracula is in his coffin with his earth from
on the boat. Yeah,
on the boat going to London.
Okay, that's supposed to they're traveling throughout the movie. That would be the same.
Yes,
the same boat, right?
And we see that scene in Bram Stoker's Dracula for about 5 to 10 minutes.
Yeah,
the scene of him on the boat, and then every time it turns nightfall, someone gets killed by him, and you see the blood splashing on your sails and stuff. Very operatic. But yeah, that is another scene.
Worth watching. Maybe a near future pick. Yeah. Voyage.
Well, we are a vamp.
I have it on my list. I really do have it on my list too. I think Voyage of the Arbiter is a raw, solid ass kicker. Yeah. That and Abigail came out the same year, and both of them were very welcome surprises.
Yeah, no kidding.
Like two great vampire movies
that
I kind of didn't think that much of when I first heard about them or whatever. I'm like, oh, little kid vampire, whatever, right? And there's just when I'm like, I don't know, they're stretching like one chapter of this book into 2 hours. I don't know how I feel about that.
Me neither.
But both were fucking great.
Yeah, Voyage of the Demeter is a really good movie. And we've talked about how this one is kind of, we've seen Dracula again, we've seen Nosferatu 3 times.
Yeah,
Voyage of the Demeter is a nice little fresh take on a small piece of this and a story. Oh, it works really well.
Doesn't he look more like a bat than he does like a actual like?
Yeah, he's very bat-like. He's basically Batman as like a vampire.
Yeah,
I think that. Oh, not like we've ever seen that in Batman.
That's what I was thinking. The Kevin Smith, is that Cacophony? Cacophony, the Kevin Smith story where Batman's a vampire?
Yeah. They also
Cacophony.
They do it in the New Gods one too. Well,
there's also just Man Bat.
True.
Yeah, I guess Matt.
Which is Batman as a bat.
Wait, it's not literally Batman, but yes, it's Man Bat.
So, meanwhile, while Thomas kind of fucks off to Germany or to Romania to
collect Olaf.
Yeah, to try and take.
I don't know if you did Count Olaf. Did you do that? every time while I was watching the movie, I was like, "Do you want to build a dead man?"
That's I said that. I kept thinking, Count Olaf. What's he doing in there?
That's a good bit. Do you want to build a dead man?
I like that.
Yeah, and we've got not Mina, we've got Ellen.
So close.
Yeah, we've got Ellen. See, and that's another thing this one does is it gives all the characters original names.
Mm-hmm.
In the previous versions, I think they just switched the names of Mina and Lucy.
I couldn't tell you, but the names are pretty consistent in general throughout.
Yeah, like I believe in the 79 version and the 1922 version, they just make it so Lucy is Jonathan's love interest and Mina is the girl who gets killed. Which is, it's reversed. So Dracula and Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Yeah.
But yeah, on this they changed the only name that stays the same is Count Orlok. Everybody else's name has changed.
Yeah.
And the other one that's the closest is Ralph Ineson, who's from The Witch, previous Robert Eggers movie. He plays Dr. Wilhelm Severs, which is very close to Seward.
Very.
Seward is the character he is playing.
Yeah.
Compared to Dracula.
Speaking of The Witch, fuck, is that a good one? Eggers, is that Eggers' first? That was
First one, yeah.
Yeah.
He's 4 for 4, man.
He's incredible. The Witch, Northman, this, and The Lighthouse.
Yeah, 4 for 4.
All solid movies. This guy is onto something. I don't know what he's drinking, but it works.
Yeah.
Least reduced.
Yeah.
He's only made 4 movies, and I would say the weakest of them is probably like a 7 out of 10 or an 8 out of 10.
Which one do you think is the weakest?
I would say maybe The Northman.
I would agree. Yeah, I would agree.
Good, like still a very good movie. I just think it was less interesting than the previous 2 movies and this movie.
Yeah, The Lighthouse is really interesting.
My favorite.
As far as it was really good. Not my favorite. Witch is my favorite, but Lighthouse was damn good. And Robert Pattinson and Willem Dafoe, and I bring them up, and I bring that up because Willem Dafoe is also in this. And fuck, does that guy nail his parts? God, I love that.
Well, speaking of which, the next movie Eggers is working on is called Werewolf, also deliberately misspelled. WERWULF.
Aaron Taylor Johnson's.
And we've got him. He's coming back. We've got Willem Dafoe coming back, and Lily Rose Depp coming back.
Real shit. That's awesome.
So we don't have Nicholas Hoult or Emma Corrin from this movie, but the other 3 main characters are all coming back for the next movie.
You got Willem. I'm in.
Yep.
The guy kicks ass.
Well, no matter what, he's going to do something interesting. Like you can
hard not
Dafoe in the shittiest movie.
Yeah.
You know what? Boondock Saints, not a
good movie.
Not a
He
very
makes
movie.
that movie the best, better movie.
Yeah.
His performance makes that movie go up at least 1 full point.
Yeah.
Just because, like, Sean Patrick Flannery and Norman Reedus are such boring actors in that movie.
They are. Yeah. I
These
like
characters
Reedus.
don't- Yeah.
But
his
back then, he's just a nothing.
Well, and they don't have. There's no character attributes to them really.
It's been a while since I've seen that movie, so I'm maybe riding the old nostalgia and the hype train from back in the day. But they have pretty good rapport, those two.
Willem Dafoe is like he's the shining star.
He's the stand-up
by far.
And Ron Jeremy, believe it or not.
Oh no, not another.
He's in Boondock Saints.
Not another sex criminal.
Yeah.
Do you want to see a horror movie? Check out the court footage of him with that Hannibal mask on. Have you guys seen that?
No,
They made him wear the Hannibal mask. What do you with him?
because he's such a nasty man.
Dirty man.
Yeah.
Did you guys know that Edward Furlong is his godson?
I did not.
Ron Jeremy's godson?
Yeah.
Well, no, he won't be for long.
Take that, Mario.
Yeah.
He's so super horny over pussy. Yes, so Ellen is stuck at home. That's Lily Rose Depp. Where another new element to the story is that she has been communing with this spirit since she was very young.
Which I like, because there's always this weird connection between the two of them, but it kind of comes out of meeting Harker, or in this case, Thomas. But I like that they tied those two, Mina and Dracula, together.
Well, in a different way. It's the same thing that made Bram Stoker's Dracula so interesting, is because instead of just him seeing a beautiful woman and being like, I am transfixed.
Yeah.
In that case, she's reincarnated.
Yeah.
In this case, he was her spiritual familiar from a very young age, and she could feel him across countries or whatever. So it does the same thing. It does the same thing as Bram Stoker's Dracula, but in a different way. Yeah. Where in Bram Stoker's Dracula, he says, "I've crossed oceans of time to find you." In this case, he could feel her from countries away.
Yeah.
and she has been his chosen one basically all this time.
You know, and like even just that little twist changes the movie so much. And kudos to Eggers for taking a movie like Nosferatu and in 2024, right, coming out with something so, I mean, not original, but it is a very original take on the story in its own way.
As original as a take on this story can be,
While being still, you know, honoring the original.
yeah, without literally just throwing the story in the garbage. Yeah, this is about as original as you can get. It's very adjacent to. It's fitting in its own way because this is our 1 year anniversary episode.
Hey,
So
really?
this-
From the Bram Stoker's
Yeah,
Dracula
this is
episode?
literally we drew this out of a hat. It just we
Interesting. Yeah.
So
Because this movie actually more closely resembles Bram Stoker's Dracula than I think anything else. Maybe I'm full of shit, but
it's about 50% Bram Stoker's Dracula and 50% the other Nosferatus. It's pretty close.
one of the coolest things to me was Willem Dafoe's take on his character so closely resembles Anthony Hopkins' take on
Very unhinged.
It's the unhinged mad doctor kind of guy. Fucking so cool.
In the original Van Helsing, in this, he's what's his name? Professor Albin Eberhard von Franz.
That's right, Von Franz.
Quite a mouthful. Anyway, go on, Brady.
I was gonna say, like, not to compare his character from Sam Raimi's Spider-Man, but like the crazy mad scientist.
Green Goblin there, yeah.
I could kind of feel that, but not in the sense where he's.
I started this vampire lair.
Well, he's ostracized from the university, as were
He gets pushed out of Oscorp.
Oscorp. Yeah, I was like,
But also Anthony Hopkins' character he's a disgraced scholar as well.
Yeah.
In Bram Stoker's Dracula.
did they do that in the?
79 one?
Yeah.
I don't remember. I've seen that 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
And it's still probably my favorite, but this one went up in my estimation this time I watched it because
Try it again.
I think the first time I watched it, I was in theaters.
Yes, and there's a lot going on.
The hype.
Yeah.
It's the hype versus like, okay, now the hype's gone and I can just watch the movie. And yeah, it went up, I think, half a star just from that alone.
Nice.
I heard that movie is probably one of the best adaptations of like a Dracula story other than Bram Stoker.
Werner Herzog is one of the most respected directors in the world. He actually is so well known that he voiced a character on Rick and Morty.
Well,
Oh, that's awesome.
The like, I don't know if you guys remember this, but there's like a really nihilistic alien who is like, humans are always like this. They just want to laugh about their dicks. All they do is make jokes about their dicks. True.
I know exactly.
That's Werner Herzog. Werner Herzog is the voice of that. And he's doing the thing he does when he makes documentary movies. He's doing the voice of like, yes, Timothy Treadwell was eaten by bears. Perhaps he saw the wildness he wanted to see instead of the horrors of the world or whatever.
yeah.
Those are these kinds of monologues he goes on in his documentaries.
Wild.
I hate that probably 90% of the people that watch Rick and Morty aren't gonna get who that is.
Oh yeah, but it's there for
the like the nerds and the nostalgia nerds.
For me, that is the mark of good writing. Is like, even if you don't get it, it's still funny.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, even if you don't get the exact reference here, it's still funny that there's an alien talking about how humans are obsessed with dick jokes.
Yeah.
Even if you don't get it.
I guess this is where things are starting to pop off. This is where Jonathan is captured.
Once and finally introduced to Olaf and his castle.
But first we get... Again, I can't tell if you're doing that on purpose.
What? Olaf? it's a little bit of both. It's become so ingrained in my head that it's just Olaf.
That's what I can't even...
I know it's Orloff.
Literally having to go Orloff in my brain before I say it because it's Olaf.
It's Olaf to me. I don't remember where I made that connection, but
It's a German name and it starts with an O. It's
close.
And it has 2 syllables.
it's gonna be It's Olaf for the rest of this episode.
It's gonna be frozen in my brain the whole fucking.
The episode.
Yeah.
That's a bad joke. Anyway.
Oh, laughing at that joke would make me a sad boy.
Olaf Johnson.
Olaf Johnson. That's funny.
Hold on, God. Okay, that's about as stupid as I think we can get with this.
Nope. I can get way stupider.
Yeah. So he basically imprisons Thomas at the castle, just like Jonathan is in the original version of Dracula. Yeah. So that he can go chase his woman, and so he fucks off to England. Renfield is kind of clearing the way for him.
Yeah,
It's like Renfield.
but it's the
It's
base
just
character.
Herr Knock.
Yeah.
Is the character's name.
So he's kind of doing all the title transfers and getting everything ready.
Yeah, he's his man on the inside.
Yeah.
He's helping get things set up.
Yeah.
Because he's the one who was sent previously, like Renfield was in the original story. Except this guy has not been confined to a mental institution.
No, he's just out doing his thing.
He's just out being weird.
Yep. Olaf needed a businessman on the inside.
Oh, Nosferatu was an inside job.
Yep. Yeah.
So I don't know if it was the time or something, but when you first meet her, is it her or what's his last name? Her something.
Herr Knock, yeah.
Her not when you meet her.
Like her is a German title.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Herr.
Okay. When you first meet him at the bank or like a dude or something. Yeah, he's got the boils all over his head. Which you see that Aaron Taylor Johnson's character gets that a little bit later in the film, but on his face.
Yeah.
Is that just a part of the times, or is that just like him already infected by?
No. What this is, that's one thing that Nosferatu does that this makes it distinctive from Dracula, is Nosferatu always ties itself to the bubonic plague in some way.
Yeah.
Like in the in the 1922 and the 1979 version, when the when the boat pulls up,
Rats come off.
he's the source of the Black Plague.
Yeah.
Those previous movies.
Yeah.
So that is one of the things that I think I don't think we get as much of the rats in this.
We don't, but that's the nod to it. That's
boils,
what
the boils are meant to be the nod to that.
Okay, so he's already infected when we first see him.
Yeah, it's like
He's already probably. We see him naked a little bit later.
yeah.
Anybody he comes into contact with, he's basically like a living disease.
That's exactly.
They call doesn't Willem Dafoe's character Von Braun?
Yeah.
Doesn't he say it's like the embodiment of death, the Reaper himself?
Well, that's exactly what it is, right? So he's bringing the plague with him. That's where they tie it into this. It's just like his presence is just enough to just kill people.
Just him, just him being around is enough to make people want to die.
Yeah.
And Jesus, kind of like me.
Well, I know a few people like that. I can think of at least two.
Sorry, one thing that I kind of irked me a little bit of this movie is the mustache. I love the mustache.
It's pretty gross.
On Olaf.
Yeah.
Because that's sometimes all you see in the shadows is just a mustache. I was like,
Ew.
Really make you wait for it. Yeah, and you get to see his dong before you get to see his face.
True. Too true.
it also has a mustache.
There's enough dead dongs in this movie to keep a guy happy forever. But one was the number.
One is the loneliest number.
On this case.
Yeah. Well, there is another guy who fucks a dead body later, and that's pretty intense. Like
In
that
a
is
movie?
we don't see it, but yeah, it's something that is implied to have happened later in this movie.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, now I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Speaking of which, have you guys ever seen the Neon Demon?
Yeah.
That's got the reverse scenario where a lady mortician gets herself off by riding a man's dead body in rigor mortis.
God, I wish it was a dead body.
Well, you know what? I'll tell you, it's Jenna Malone. So that is, yeah. I mean, you could be forgiven for wanting to be the dead. Okay, yeah. So, yeah, Jonathan Harker's still trapped. Thomas Hutter in this case.
Same guy.
Still trapped. He eventually escapes to the Romani village again, where they help him.
Yep.
Just very similar to what happens in Bram Stoker's Dracula, and that sets him on his course back to Germany. In this,
Yes, to save his love.
yeah. From what he now has clearly realized is like a dark, demonic force.
Exactly, yeah, he knows.
Something not of this earth.
Yeah, he knows Olaf ain't no snowman.
Orlok also take. I fucking want to say Olaf. Orlok takes Ellen's locket that she gives to Thomas because I don't know if it was some sort of like vampire magic thing that he.
They're doing the shadow thing in this too, like Brad.
Yeah,
Skilla. Yeah, that's a big thing they're doing throughout. Is the magic shadows on the walls and stuff. Mm-hmm. That's specific to Francis Ford Coppola's Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Also, the opening when you see the first time you see Ellen in the room, you don't even see Thomas yet. You see Orlok's
The shadow behind the curtain.
Yeah, it's just his figure. It almost looks like the original one too.
Yeah, but those are all struck me as distinctive nods to
They are.
Stoker's Dracula.
Yeah, they're nice little Easter eggs.
So Luke Besson's Dracula just came out in like January, February this year, and I haven't seen it, so I can't really comment for sure. But all I've heard is just a Bram Stoker's Dracula.
I believe it. I mean, honestly, like anyone else trying to do this would have been a sleep. You know, people wouldn't have given a shit about it. It's the changes they made in the cast that really sets this movie
Style.
and the style. Because otherwise, this movie has literally been done before.
Many times.
Like more than once.
To be dripping with style. Yeah, actually, my brother Dan, previous episode, Devil's Rejects, he said he didn't really like this movie, and I said to him, I'm like, do you like Bram Stoker's Dracula? He's like, not really. And I'm like, well, there you go.
And why'd you go?
Yeah, I'm like that. I'm like, you have to just understand, that every version of Dracula and almost every version of Nosferatu are the same story.
Yeah.
So if you didn't like previous versions of that much, and then you're not gonna like this much different. Like they're gonna change a few things here or there, but
For me, there's a few very distinct reasons this movie is so good. And the first one is Eggers, obviously. Lily Rose Depp fucking nailed it. She's so fucking good.
Man, I thought they had to have CGI'd
So did a lot of
some
people.
effect
Yeah,
for her, especially that scene where she freaks out,
face
and
reveal.
rolls her eyes back in her head,
that's all her, man.
spit dripping off her and stuff.
Yeah.
And then I was like, when I realized that they didn't put white contacts in, that was just her doing that.
Yeah.
I was like, this chick is going.
She's nuts. It was well publicized that was just her face, and there's plenty of interviews where she talks about how much effort she put into practicing that scene. Like, she had to fuck her face up hard.
Do you guys know if she did the actual contortion?
Yes.
I'm pretty sure
She did.
she did. Everything was natural with the character.
Yep. That was all her. So, like, come on, man. You got to give the girl some fucking credit. That's
She should get an Oscar nom for
I
this.
completely agree.
At the very least, a nom. Like, potentially a win, but for sure, just a nomination. Just something to honor.
Yeah.
How, because like Jacob Elordi, for instance, just did this in Frankenstein.
Right.
He did like a very extreme, intense version of like a character in a classic horror story.
And to me,
he got the nom, and I think she deserved it too.
honestly, he was pulling from her more than anything. I think, she was an inspiration for that in some way. Because
The intensity.
the intensity. She fucking nails it. So I don't know. I can't remember if this is her first outing, but certainly it's an early outing. And
I think it's her first big movie.
I think it is too.
Brady would know.
She did yoga.
I was just gonna say, me and
Kyle talked to us on it.
I was just saying, Brady for sure would know, because like, I know you're a big Kevin Smith guy.
Yeah, no, Yoga Hosers came.
Him and it was her and
Harley Quinn Smith.
Harley Quinn Smith, who's Kevin Smith's daughter.
Yeah. If you didn't get
And that's
the name.
kind of a fun movie. Not a great movie or anything, but kind of like fun enough. I remember everybody hated that movie, and I thought it was like fun. I didn't think it was like a great movie or anything, but I finished it, and I had enough fun with it that I finished watching it. So I'm like, I don't think this movie is as dog shit as everybody seems to think it is.
It's a very tongue-in-cheek movie. It's one where it's going to be shitty, but it's also...
It's like leaning into the campy stupid. Yes,
It's also...
like the bad guys are sausages. Like,
Yeah.
don't tell me this movie's taking.
Yeah.
So you're clearly taking his idea from Clerks, which he grew up working in a convenience store, and then having his kid working in a convenience store fighting a Nazi sausage gang.
A Nauzage.
Saucy.
So I wonder if Lily Rose Depp, because this is 2024...
Right, sorry, excuse me. Before you continue, she was also in that piece of shit show that made Euphoria season 3 get delayed for like 5 years. The Idol.
No.
Never heard of it. Don't know.
It's a piece of shit. But you know what? Just like this, naked immediately
Naked? Immediately?
in that show.
Good for her. Skarsgård is another big thing in this movie, and Defoe. Huge draw points.
Yeah. Great cast.
Mhm.
Nicholas Hoult too.
I'm a fan. I think he did just enough in this.
He's really earned his keep over there.
I agree.
It's kind of like
He started in some Hugh Grant romance comedy.
yeah, he was very much just a young British sex symbol kind of guy.
Yeah, a little.
Oh, he's very handsome and whatever, right? But he's earned his dues over the years.
Oh, the
especially in Fury Road.
the dude's killer.
Fuck is he good in Fury Road?
Dude's killer.
Him in the X-Men movies isn't as good as Beast. But him as Lex Luthor, I liked him as Lex Luthor.
He's great. Yeah, great Paul. I forgot he was Lex Luthor in the last movie. But yeah, he's fucking awesome in that movie too.
Yeah, he's good in lots of shit. And Aaron Taylor Johnson as well. I'm a big fan in the things I've seen him in, I think Bullet Train is the one I'm thinking of. I think
He
that's
needs
what
to
it's
keep
called.
the facial hair. Never take it off.
Yeah.
Because whenever he takes the facial hair off,
Yeah.
who the fuck is it?
Yeah. It's spent too long with it.
facial hair. I see Kick-Ass,
Me too. Yeah.
and like I can't without the facial hair. Also, Kraven the Hunter sucks. Do you not watch that film?
It does it suck? I was hoping for the best. I was
There's a
hoping for
couple
the
scenes
best.
in that film that are cool, but it's not Kraven the Hunter.
Amazingly, Sony's villain experiment with the whole Spider-Man thing is still not working.
Oh, surprise!
Sony.
Madame Web, Morbius, and like, yeah, these are
Morbin time.
as far as I understand it, these are all pieces of shit.
Venom was the only one that was actually decent, and like the 3 Venom movies aren't good altogether. It's like 1 and 3 are the good ones, and 2 sucks.
So yeah, no, Jonathan Harker, I gotta
Thomas.
I gotta keep looking down at the fucking paper. Thomas Hatter managed to get back to Britain, or Germany in this case. For fuck's sake, it's so frustrating.
But that's the point. It's like, you know, we can talk about this movie till we're blue in the face, but it's like we've talked about this. You know what I mean? Like literally, we beat by beat this movie.
Which is why
The one episode is not on.
Yeah.
you guys
true.
talked about.
True.
which is why it's fitting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's anyway. So yeah, Thomas Hunter is back now. We get introduced to Von Franz, who's the Van Helsing of this universe. We get Severs, who is Seward, and now it's vampire hunting shenanigans. Yeah, here we. They have been thoroughly convinced through the supernatural events that are clearly happening in this movie that Orlok is real.
Yep.
And that he is very much supernatural, and he's
Some kind of monster.
yeah, he doesn't. The laws of reality don't obey.
The man, he lives.
I was just thinking that it's the man himself.
Yeah, that's
And he's grown young.
That's what it was. That's the line. Yeah.
That's my favorite. Couldn't shitty Keanu.
Same. The whole time I was watching this, that's all I could think of was Keanu. Poor dude. Oh, sorry. Sorry, buddy.
One of the worst. I mean, good for him for coming back from that, because that's one of the all-time bad performances.
Yeah, he washed it away. Good for him.
And he's still doing John Wicks and being good. Oh, he's awesome for him.
Yeah.
Sorry, is it Frederick the only, like, Aaron Taylor Johnson's character, the only one that doesn't believe?
He's kind of the holdout, but he comes around by the end. Yeah, because he's
After he bones his wife.
yeah, he comes around.
After the murder. So, yeah, I guess that's probably the next major thing we have to cover is that Orlok. So Orlok believes that Ellen is his promised bride, or whatever, right? So because of the way she and him commune spiritually when she was a teenager or whatever, and of course, like there's your key element. This guy's a fucking creep. Thousands of years, however many hundreds or thousands of years old, and the first girl he falls in love with is a 14-year-old or a 15-year-old.
Yeah.
That's not great.
No, it's not. It's supposed to. This is like the stand-in for.
Like they find the demonic Bible or whatever, the one that I'm assuming Orlok wrote.
Yeah.
It shows a depiction of a young girl with a vampire, demonic-looking creature.
Becomes basically the blueprint for how this movie is going to go. Like early on, that is your indication. Here's what's happening at this movie, and then when he looks back at it later, it literally shows you the final shot of the movie, basically in the book.
Yeah.
It's the ghoul over her. All cellular life suddenly coming up, killing him or whatever, which is basically at the end of this movie.
So yeah, quite literally, the dude finally gets young enough to bone, and he gets fucking fried by the sun. Poor bastard.
But what a way to go! If you gotta go,
I guess
you might as well die bleeding blood out of your eyes.
that's how I want to go. Pissing and shitting and or having sex. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. So we bet Willem Dafoe doing his big spiel now. He's doing the like creatures of the night, something, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's doing his big like
Yeah, he's doing his real. This is like the launch off of, okay, now things are getting really exciting, because this is where it turns into a fucking hunt fest. And yeah, Willem Dafoe's big monologue here as he's giving his rallying speech is fucking sweet.
Yeah, and when he comes back later and he does the big laughing crazy Van Helsing thing, as he's burning all the dead bodies.
That's one of my favorite parts of the movie.
Great scene. Yeah. And so at this point, Orlok has threatened Ellen, saying that like if you don't accept me as your groom or whatever, then yeah, the next 3 nights of your life are going to be like the shittiest nights ever because I'm going to take everything.
Yeah, I'll steal everything.
You have to repose your vows to your husband,
That's what it was. You're
your
right.
false husband.
Yeah.
Because I am your true love.
Yeah.
Throughout, like when he first gets to Germany, they want to get he does the whole like wavy hand over the city, like just mimicking.
Again, very Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Right out of that movie, yeah.
Honestly, I thought the effect of his hand going over in this movie was a little bit better than.
It should be. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, I hope so.
32 years later, I hope so.
It is really cool, and you're right, it's a lot better.
Yeah. Well, even the shadows you don't see, like that art is supposed to stuff you see, like when they're on the boat with Orlog, you just see his back a little bit when they're going to take the not axe but the pitchfork to the coffin.
Yeah.
But you just see the shadows back a little bit of it. That scene was
So good, yeah.
because you don't see his face
No,
most of the movie.
they do a good job of hiding him till sort of the finale where he gets...
Yeah.
And this movie is dripping with atmosphere.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, again, that's something that ties it to Bram Stoker's Dracula. Because that version of Dracula is just dripping with atmosphere.
Well,
it's so gothic.
Yes.
So it's like the running wax and the blood and like the darkness and the shadows. Even like everything is shot.
The scene on the train from Bram Stoker's, I like just the way they did that, and I'll always remember that because we talked about it in that episode. It's like, that's an old effect, but it gave so much character to that scene and to that film, and I think so much of this film is just, its character isn't just dark, but not just dark, not just lack of light on the set, but the oppressiveness of the shadow that it uses in
And
the
I
film.
think, I don't know, like obviously I'm no lighting expert, so I don't know who did the lighting on this movie, but whoever did should be commended because the way their lighting works in this movie is so specific that you're only like you can basically see somebody being like, and then getting down,
Absolutely. Just perfectly dialed. Yeah.
then get back up on the ladder,
Yeah.
adjust the light again, get down to like, it's a little better.
And you know that because, like you said, the shots of Orlok with the lighting on him and the way they use the shadows, it's so specific. It hits his face just right. The lighting deserves an...
cut his eyes off.
Yeah, the shadows deserve an acting credit.
Nose, and you can just see his mouth.
Yeah.
And his mustache.
Yeah, his mustache.
Especially, yeah.
It's fucking amazing.
Even the scenes when he's in when Thomas is in Romania, when it's all just candlelit.
Yep.
It's like it's bright enough that we can see it, but it's still dark enough that it's like, oh, shit, this is eerie. I don't know if this is gonna be where his end is gonna be.
Yeah.
But that's cool. I always appreciate that too. Like
Yeah.
in movies, like when you hear about a production, it's like we only use natural light on this. I'm like, that's fucking love it. You guys didn't have stage lights to do the work. You're trying to do it all with like regular lights, like how we'd all experience light.
Exactly.
And you can see that difference.
It's one of the coolest parts of movie making to me is the construction of the illusion. Yeah. I love it. Love.
I kind of hated in the early 2000s when they used just
We're just talking about
not digital effects.
There was a lot of
like work, and now it's
computerized.
a lot of the new directors are like, or the newer directors are like, oh yeah, it's gonna use everything natural, practical effects.
It's gone way back.
Yeah,
way
that's what happens. It's like when something happens, it's like with lens flares, for instance.
Yes.
Lens flares were suddenly everywhere.
Yeah.
And then all the people who actually were serious about filmmaking were like, I'm not doing it for you.
No, I'm not doing fucking.
It's overdone.
Yeah.
It's not working anymore. It just pulls you, at this point, it just pulls you out of the movie.
It does. It just distracts, and I think that's where CG went for most of the time, or for the most part, is it just became a distraction. Or certainly for, like you were talking about, the early 2000s, it was definitely a selling point. It was like, oh, I think of Blade, for example. What they were going to do at the end of that was just like, hey, here's our budget and what we can do with CG.
You do a tornado of blood.
Yeah, like, hey,
Steven Dorff's just gonna pop as well and be like, hey, Blade, it's me. Remember, I'm in the tornado.
the sky is the limit. Let's do everything on computers.
I want to watch like the deleted version of that. Like all I can hear is Mark Wahlberg's whisper when you turn the Mark Wahlberg into
Fight the blood tornado. Oh, I'm a tornado of blood.
oh, it's Blade. How's he murder?
Come to Wahlburgers. We'll get the blood out of the burgers for you. Orlok is threatened Ellen, and this is where he starts to make good. The first night is kind of not that eventful. It's the second night where things get really real.
Always got to hang out for that second night.
Aaron Taylor Johnson's family is murdered. Well, he just sleeps through it.
Yeah, he's chilling. The fucking guy's tired. He's been working all day, running around. God damn it. Now my family wants to die. The guy just wants to sleep.
Yeah.
Let me sleep in.
Can't a guy just sleep through the night?
I think he's so used to hearing his kids yell, "Oh, monster, monster!" under the bed. Mom,
Yeah.
or mom.
It makes sense because
Yeah, and I want
I seen earlier. I thought maybe he had been magicked, so he would have to suffer more though.
he could have been, but I just assume he was so used to having
Cast sleeping magic or something.
I think he does. Orlok does not like Mr. Taylor Johnson. No. What a very nice guy, this Orlok.
Right, so we're at the point now where Friedrich's family is being killed.
Yeah, they kind of get iced out pretty.
So yeah, he goes,
Poor Dewey.
and then we get the scene of the mom played by Emma Corrin going in to see it, and yeah, when she walks in the room and you see him ripping the throats out of those little girls, that was like an all bets are off moment. Yeah, movie because you're just like, okay,
Yeah.
if little girls can have their throats ripped out in this movie,
We're going to see some shit.
then I guess pretty much anything's on the table now.
Yeah. It's not really a twist, but it's one of those things that comes out of nowhere and blindsides you. And it's just, you know that the movie's kicking up. You know that's your moment.
Oh yeah. After when Orlok says to Ellen, like, hey, you have 3 days, and when she first sees him, 3 days. This is your first day.
I was gonna do the Simpsons joke. You have 3 of them, and you have 3 days, and just so you know I'm serious, you got 2 days.
That's essentially what Orlok. Yeah. But like he's like, I don't think Ellen can comprehend like, oh yeah, I got 3 days or 2 days to do this now to try to divorce my husband.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's kind of funny. It's like, I would only love you if you divorce me.
Well, because she can't be promised to another man, right? Because this is all about like her innocence, her virginity.
That's specific to this version though too, that he wants her to consensually accept it.
Yes.
Because in the other versions, like he's not always like Dracula can be rapey.
Yeah.
He's not always rapey, but a lot of the time he's totally down to use his Dracula magic to get what he wants.
Yeah, and I like that her acceptance of him kind of ties back into vampire mythology, needing to be invited in, needed to be accepted, but also it puts...
He needs to be invited in, all right, folks?
All right, come on in, buddy. But also it takes the humanity out of him, where Bram Stoker's was trying to give him a sense of humanity and make him seem like, a sad
Yeah,
character.
he's more of a bastard.
Yeah, in this, he's much more of like that figure, that demon, that shadow.
He's like an incel.
Well, it's not that. It's more they die.
Trad wife.
I guess
I'll only take a trad wife.
you can take it that way if you want. That's not where I was trying to go. It's just it cast him so much more of the supernatural light, where he needs that acceptance. He needs certain conditions to be fulfilled, and as powerful as he is, he doesn't have control over those. Those can only be given to him by. It's very much like a witch in a familiar situation.
I was gonna say it's very much the classic rules of good and evil.
Yeah,
God versus the devil.
totally. Yeah.
That kind of thing. Where it's like the devil can't take your soul unless
you let him, and that's what it was.
you ever, right? And if you promise your soul to Jesus, then blah blah blah.
Right. Hence, we talked earlier about her being young, but that's where that's kind of coming in. And without getting too weird about it, it's like she's at the age where, your period, your puberty, you're becoming less of a girl, more of a woman. So it's purposely preying on that specific. Yeah, it's a good song. We love Britney. We love Britney Spears on this podcast. We're all friends, aren't we?
Well, she was. I know she was on Instagram with a knife one time. That's horror adjacent, right?
Yeah, she's horror adjacent.
Leave Britney alone.
Yeah, different story.
Right. Yeah, so I mean that gets us to basically the end of the movie. There's like a really intense. This is something the kids were trying to watch. I kept trying to get kids to finish watching this movie, and I was like, okay, let me just hit play, and I'll send you guys away when it comes. And like 15 minutes after,
There it is.
it was like she's like, take me, show him our love, and I was like, okay, time for you guys.
Yeah. The last little bit of this movie is fucking off the rails. It's amazing. Wild.
It is very erotic.
Yeah. but in like the most horrifying way. The fucking death of Count Orlok in this is
And nobody's I hope nobody's jacking it watching this movie. God, I hope I don't jack off. Like jack off in the theater. I hope no one's at home fucking my wife.
someone was. It was Olaf. Well, corncob pipe and button my nose.
Oh, God damn it. Okay, so. Yeah, this is the moment where she agrees to. She basically makes the plan in her brain. Her and Von Franz make the plan, essentially. He tells her, here's what's up, and she kind of understands what he's laying down. And then they make a plan basically just between the two of them.
They use her vagina to entrap him.
Essentially, yeah, that's the
plan.
That's the plan. Look, it's my visit. Of course, they keep that a secret from
Everybody.
yeah, everybody,
Especially her husband.
yeah. And before we jump to that, though, we should come back to who's that guy? Oh, Friedrich, who goes to the graveyard. Man, his emotional breakdown when she shows up to the funeral. He's like, her existence is a threat upon my brow, or whatever he's saying, or exactly how he puts it.
He's kind of a nobody character in this, and that's why I was like, man, Aaron Taylor Johnson's a good fucking actor. 'Cause he still gets his moments, and it's like, yeah, he might have been an oddball douchey nobody in this movie a little bit, but by the end of the movie, his character's got some fleshed out moments.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then
He fucking
dies by fucking his plague victim wife, essentially.
amazing. What a fucking
Necrophilia death.
just an amazing moment.
Like, it's grim, and we don't really see it. I mean, thankfully,
No.
because that's a pretty horrific,
It is. It's
terrible
it's like,
thing to see.
and it's so gut wrenching because the whole movie, this guy's kind of, even though he's like a douchey guy, he's getting shit on, but you don't like it. You don't like it in this case.
Yeah. So the scene where he literally crawls into the mausoleum with his dead wife, and has sex with her corpse, and then dies.
Pretty fucking wild.
Fucking insane.
Grim.
That's about as grim and nasty.
Yeah. This movie is one grim bitch.
Oh yeah. So they formulated the plan to ensnare Nosferatu, Orlok, whatever you want to call him.
Yep.
Dracula.
Sexually trap him until the sun came up.
Yeah. So
It was there was more to it, and I don't remember it. It was part of initiating some sort of ritual too. 'Cause he's bound to her in that moment.
and Von Franz's role is basically to mislead Seward and
To keep them out of it.
Thomas.
Yeah.
Yeah, in order to so that the plan can go
Right,
through.
because they're like, we can be as strong and manly as we want. We can't defeat him.
And she can. That is a similar version. Like, that's not in every Dracula version, but it is similar to Bram Stoker's Dracula, where Keanu Reeves drops the line, "Our job is finished.
Yeah.
No, this is only just a begun."
Now my wife needs to cuck me with the vampire. That will defeat him, surely. She tells me so.
Rufus, my dude. Gary Oldman. I thought he was a young man. Hey, ooh. Oh.
Get this old guy out of here.
He hasn't aged in years.
Sorry, one thing we didn't talk about was Hertz, the banker dude.
Yeah, Hernock, Frocht, Franz.
Haranock.
Haranock.
How you pronounce that? Yeah.
After you first meet him with Thomas, you get to see him butt ass naked doing the seance for Orlok, and when he gets captured by the and he's in the mental institution, he's just biting animals' heads off. And I guess
That's the Radfield.
The Renfield thing.
yeah,
that's the.
which I got, but like you see him just like ripping the head off. He's like, oh, what a pretty little birdie. My master sent this to me, or my lord sent this to me.
Yeah, that's the Renfield.
Good little birdie, and he's like rips the head off, and I was like, holy shit.
Ozzy Osbourne over here.
All a bird.
Oh, bird. Oh, my God.
That's staying, man.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, that's staying.
I'm like, get me out of here.
Anyway, yeah, we got Willem Dafoe doing his big, amazing, monologue at this point.
Yeah.
While they're burning all the bodies, and then Thomas goes running to try and save Helen.
Yes.
And then we get this is the final shot of the movie, or the final scene's final shot at the same time. So she invites him in, and in more ways than one. And while he's doing the sex with her and eating her or drinking her blood, she keeps enticing him to continue every time, because I believe he wants her to be his bride.
Yes.
But she keeps enticing him until he kills her because she wants to keep him there.
The idea is to stall. Yeah.
And so keep drinking my blood, keep drinking my blood. And by the end, she's like almost completely emaciated, which is kind of interesting because he's also very emaciated.
Yeah,
he's very corpse.
got in skin and bones. Yeah, he looks like a fucking freak. It's amazing.
Yeah,
I like that when you see him in, like, I don't want to call it the shadow realm or like dream escape. Like, he looks a lot bigger, and then when you get to see him in like actual,
He's the actual.
he looks like someone who survived the Holocaust.
Yeah, he's all husked out.
He's
stark.
very, very, very pale, very emaciated.
I loved it too, and again, it just paints such a picture of him being a monster. I love that.
Yeah.
And like that's some of the first few moments you really get to see him finally in full light and really see what this fucking guy looks like.
Yeah,
and he's amazing.
Still make you wait for it.
Yeah, they do.
Usually a lot of things from.
Yeah.
I don't think you get a good look at him for like an hour and a half into the movie.
It's this.
It takes really
They
and
build
finally
that
at the end you get the full look.
And he's just bones and he's fucking horrible looking.
he looks supposed to the original Nosferatu film that he does in, like, because he's more jacked up, and I don't know if Bill Skarsgård was just in costume or if he was actually got a little bulkier.
Whatever makeup effects they're doing is
It's
fucking awesome.
Yeah, I don't think Skarsgård's very big, but he is tall and they play off his height quite well in this.
Right. Anyway, so she entices him to stay, and we get this has to be the coolest part of the movie, right? The effects of him when the sun comes in.
Yes.
And all the blood leaking out of him.
Amazing.
God.
And I don't know the way to end your...
I don't know how they did those effects.
I don't... Yeah.
Fucking awesome, because those are practical effects. I mean, they look like practical.
I'm sure
They had to have been practical.
I'm sure they...
Probably has a syringe behind under the suit and just
I was thinking
pushing.
Yeah, I was thinking under his face, there's tubes.
Yep.
And then the blood leaks out of the tubes.
It's fucking so cool, man. Like, the whole movie is awesome, but just the payoff you get for sticking around to the end is so worth it.
Fuck. So that ending is awesome. So yeah, the Dracula death scene, Orlok death scene, is fucking awesome. Like maybe the best death any vampire has ever had in the it's that. Like, that death is so intense. It's so brutal.
It's that. It's like, it's the villain, but it's still so hardcore that your guts is still getting punched. Yeah. It's like, you're not taking it like, but you're like, holy fuck.
It takes like 2 minutes for him to die.
Yeah. It's gruesome.
Yeah, and it's amazing. And then, that's just in time for... Is it Von Franz or Thomas? Probably Thomas.
It's Miss Runzi first, and then Von Franz is like
right, Brad.
9, yeah.
So the Renee see that she has defeated him, but she's done. So she's done, and I think she maybe has just a moment to say goodbye to Thomas before she dies.
I can't remember. I think it was
by that point I was so busy being like, holy fuck.
I think she kind of goodbye, my love, or something very briefly, and then she sighs.
Final line.
I think we're so disassociated with other vampire kills where it's like, somebody hits them and they either turn to ash or Blade will just...
they burst into flame. Those are the claims.
When you just see the skeleton for a bit.
But this is like a really unique, interesting version of the sun killing a vampire.
I don't think we've really...
Let's say rat. It's like his organs are melting inside of his body. Like this... So just his entire body is antithetical to the sun. Mm-hmm. So his body just starts destroying itself. It's like
deconstruct.
Here's 1,000% cancer cells.
Right. Yeah. And it's
radiation. And radiation. Close to radiation.
Yeah.
Like how if you get infected with really bad, you get flash fried with radiation, and your body just shits the bed. Yeah. Onto the roof. Anyway, cool fucking movie. Super cool movie.
I'm glad I picked this one.
Honestly, I would. This is another one of those ones where I was like, I wish I would have picked the 79 one.
Me too.
I'm happy. I've seen the 79 one like at least 3 or 4 times. I'd only seen this once.
Same.
So I'm glad I got the chance to watch it again.
Yeah.
Because it went up 0.5 for me. I had it as a 4-star movie when I first saw it in theaters. Now it's a 4.5 star because I noticed I had a lot more appreciation for it. I mean, like even a 4 out of 5 is pretty fucking good.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it jumped up half a star. I think the performances are incredible. The set decoration, with the gothic atmosphere, the music, the effects. It's not quite a perfect horror movie, but it's
Gotta be damn close.
really, really close. Close enough that like if someone did say it was a 10 out of 10 or a 5 out of 5,
It would be hard to argue.
I'd be like, yeah, I'm not going to argue with you because even I found it very, very close to perfect. It's for a story that's been done so many times.
Well, that's it.
This is still very fucking good.
Yeah, I didn't feel too much like I was seeing something I'd seen 10 times. Even though at parts it did, but it's like I still was just engaged watching it.
Yeah, they're doing enough interesting things with it.
Yeah. I really don't have much to say. I echo so much of that. Most of the stuff I would get all gooey about, I've already gushed over. So really, that's my final thoughts. Very similar to you, I was a little disappointed at first that Brady picked this one until I sat down to watch it again, and then I was right back, just pumped. Just loved this movie.
Brady, what do we think?
So I was gonna say, if you haven't seen Bram Stoker's Dracula, do you want to watch this as like a kind of get into a vampire, like the Bram Stoker stuff? It's a good place to start, but I'd say watch Bram Stoker's first. Yeah, like this movie is fun. It's great. It's got a really good cast. Like I didn't think Aaron Taylor Johnson could do horror that well, but seeing him in this, even though he's not really a horror character in this,
Well, he's also 28 years later, which again we got way too much or way too little of him, in that movie.
yeah, he's more of an action actor than anything. But like even him being like dramatic in this, because he doesn't really have anything to do with Orlok or
No, he's kind of separated as a character.
Yeah.
Yeah, he spends a lot of the movie kind of on his own.
Yeah. He's got his own little side stuff.
Kind of just reading books and hanging out in his mansion and whatever.
Yeah.
oh, I'm rich. I own boats.
Pretty much.
Cheap.
Yeah, pretty much.
Which I'm pretty sure the boat that brought Orlok over was one of his boats.
It was.
Trying to stack that dough with Elon Musk.
Oh, hey.
Ship X.
Shipping the devil over.
Reminds me of that movie with Gerard Butler. They got the movie Plane. And I was like, what's the next one going to be called? Ship? And that almost
It did.
came out as a, like that was, I don't know if it actually came out or if that was just a planned sequel. But yeah, there was literally going to be called Ship. Boat. Yeah, that's what I was always joking. I was calling it Boat. Boat. Check out Boat. Anyway, that wraps us up for our Nosferatu talk. And now it's over to me, and I'm gonna shoot the mystery hat for this week, and I'm going to pick something really stupid. Kyle, I don't know if you know this one. Brady, I bet you probably do. Tetsuo the Iron Man.
Fuck yeah.
No idea.
That's literally in my list.
So no idea.
This is saddle up for a 67 minutes.
Oh, I love it. Thank you.
67-minute movie. But also, this is about as bananas as body horror gets.
Fuck yeah.
Black and white movie from Japan.
Okay.
Totally fucking insane about a man who's slowly turning into a machine.
Amazing. This sounds so cool.
This is well respected enough that Nine Inch Nails did a track for its third one.
Oh, yeah?
Because this was heavily inspired by the industrial metal movement.
Nice.
And the music in the first two and the third one also is very industrial.
Oh, I'm pumped. Hell yeah.
He very much was inspired by Nine Inch Nails, and then Trent Reznor reciprocated
Gave him a little something
by giving him putting a song in the third one.
Man, you got me all hot and bothered talking that kind of talk.
Oh yeah. So yeah, this is a wild movie. Definitely another weird art house one. Sweet. That most people probably won't be familiar with, but if you want to sit down and watch it, you're gonna have a fucking, I don't know if you're gonna have a good time, you're gonna have a very interesting time at the very least.
I'm gonna say before we do the episode, if you're a Tokusatsu fan, you've probably heard of this movie, because like a lot of that imagery came into like the Kamen Rider and the Super Sentai stuff.
It's so
one time with the Eric, you hadn't seen it.
Yeah, it's a wild ass movie.
You're gonna like it. I know that for a fact. Yeah, fucking fun.
I'm pumped. That sounds awesome.
It's BANANAS.
It absolutely is.
That shit is bananas.
But I ain't no hollaback girl.
Well, until we're talking about Tetsuo the Iron Man next week, we will see you in
7 days.
And until then,
Keep your eyes open.
and Japan.